Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play VIII Lacrimosa of Donna. When we last left off, we explored the little area we like to call, I keep forgetting my button layouts, good lord, the Coral Forest, and we actually made it to this pretty unique spot. And if you recall, get out of here. I forgot enemies respawn when you load, when you save a game and quit. So yeah. I stopped at this area for a very good reason. When we enter this area, something is about to happen. Let's just get it over with. A new location has been discovered. This is the Rainbow Falls. A really beautiful place.
Emergency! That voice.
Is that Barrow?
Hello, emergency. What do you want? We're pretty busy, you know. Emergency? Has something happened? Many beasts, Castaway Village, in danger. Beast? What's going on? Hurry up, hurry back. This sounds like a rather unusual situation. Let's return to the village, Mr. Kristen. There's a disturbance at the village. Fast travel to the village from the map menu. That's right, we actually cannot proceed any further. If we try, well, we can come down here and get the chests and stuff. Which is actually a good thing I did. I actually really didn't want those iron ores. But if we tried to progress through here, there's a disturbance at the village. In other words, we cannot progress through the dungeon. We do have to go back. This is why I wanted to wait until this episode to do so. Because when we enter this village, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Adel! Boy, am I glad to see you.
What happened?
Yeah, well, I need you to remain calm. Looks like beasts have surrounded Castaway Village.
Beasts?
So what Paro said was true. The beasts around here have been getting more ferocious lately. Why don't we go talk to the captain? He'll fill you in on the details.
What are the numbers of the beasts surrounding the village? I couldn't even tell you. They keep increasing bit by bit. I figured something like this would happen, so I set up a barricade just to be safe. I was hoping we'd never have to use it. Man, what a day. I bet they're ticked off at us for being in their territory. That's one possibility. What should we do? The stone cliffs surrounding the village are our best defense. Attempting to flee the village would pose a greater risk than staying put. That makes sense. Well, then what are we gonna do? Long term, it's in our best interest to defend this village. In which case, I propose we meet the beasts in the field, fight them off. Sounds easier said than done. You got a plan for fighting them off? Yeah, we've determined that the beasts are invading from 2 points, from the shore to the south and the mountains to the north. I propose that we split into 2 groups and meet the beasts on both points. Adel, I want you, Laxia, and Sahad to defend the south shore. The rest of you will come with me to fight off the beasts coming from the mountains. How does that plan sound to you? I mean, it sounds good to me. Thank you. I know I keep asking you to risk your life, and I do apologize for that. Once you feel like you're fully prepared, position yourselves in your assigned areas. I wish you all the best. The raid will begin once you speak to Delgi Once you're prepared for battle, we'll talk to him. This is going to be something. We're back at the village, so let's see if there's any quests. No, there isn't. Good. If you recall, I picked up quite a bit of iron ore, so I want to see if I can upgrade any of my weapons, which I think I can. Oh, I definitely can. So I want to get these all to level 3, if possible, because we're going to be wanting some major damage. And it looks like we can, so good stuff. Alright, that's about the best we can do. Let's go see if there's any armor pieces we can also get. I'm playing on a less than harder difficulty, so we should be okay. Oh, actually, I don't think we can, because Allison is over here. Let me see. Okay, we still can. Well, actually, let's actually listen into their conversation right now. Toki and I will manage the front line. Make sure you stay inside, Allison. Yes. Stay in constant contact, Pero. Inform us of the battle situation at every turn. Roger, will do. Everyone, please, be careful. Let's protect the village together. We can actually talk to her. We can make some stuff if we need to, which actually I think we should. I do want to get this for Laxia, because the nice defense is always good. I think we can get a few soft fibers. Let's go find that out real quick. I can get enough to make one more. I think I'll actually give it to Adol? Question mark? Should I give it to Adol or should I give it to Sahad? I'm gonna give it to Adol. Yeah, I think Adol will be the best bet. I'm gonna be using him throughout most of this stuff. And yeah, let's see if we can make any medicine too. Hello, Adol. How are you feeling today? Is this what I think it is? That depends on what you're thinking. Captain Barbaros asked me to set up this place. Though rudimentary, the apothecary is now open for business. Moving forward, I will handle the mixing and brewing of all medicines. By the way, before you found me, I stumbled across a rather interesting area. Many poisonous beasts can be found roaming there, so be on your guard. I can make some antidotes for you. Take some with you before you leave. So before we really didn't know what we were doing with the medicines, but now we got a doctor with us. He can help us out a lot, and thus begins the introduction of status effects. Status effects such as poison are very dangerous, so treat them with medicine. Status effects appear when their gauge reaches the maximum value, and it'll last until that gauge is empty. Effects such as paralysis and burn may heal faster by moving constantly. So I didn't really go over this because I was waiting for this. Basically, an enemy can hit you with a move that will maybe deal poison to you, right? But it has to hit you a certain amount of times before that gauge is actually filled up and the poison takes place. So if you're really careful, and only if you get hit like once or twice, you might be fine. But if you're constantly getting hit with that same status effect, you will be hit with it, and it will be a pain in the ass to get rid of, unless you have the right thing. So, status effects such as poison are dangerous, as we've mentioned, and these are the different ones that we'll be coming across. There's poison, paralysis, which attack and jumps will be disabled, and it lowers your speed. Darkness, which blurs your vision, meaning you'll miss more. Freeze disables all actions, you won't be able to move, you won't be able to do anything. Burn is basically you lose HP really, really fast, a lot faster than most other status effects, and bleed is suffer from high damage, dash is also... suffer from high damage. So basically, you take more. And it also lowers your speed and defense. And there's a bunch of accessories that you can make that can nullify these things. Allison has quite a bit, if I'm not mistaken. So we got quite a bit. There are more to find the more you play through the game. And yeah, always be wary of the things you're going to be fighting. I don't want to say that the monsters say whether or not they actually cause, what's the word I'm looking for? If they cause any status effects. I don't think that it goes that deep, but yeah, just be wary. Be wary what you can do. Oh, we can't really make anything because we're fine. We actually have a few things. Cool. And we did get some antidotes, which is always nice. All right, well, we seem okay. Oh wait, I didn't check the shore. Maybe the item in there will be really, really helpful if there is one. It doesn't look like there is. Sad times. Alright, well, we seem to be ready. Let's go talk to Dogi and let's do this hunt. Or this raid, I mean. Alright, you're prepared and stand by at your positions. Good to go. Beast Raid. Area, Ocean. Wave 3. This means we'll actually have to fight 3 waves of enemies. As you can see, there is a recommendation level. Am I even at the level? Okay, I am. Good. Raid levels are kind of interesting. I'll touch on it a little bit more after we finish this, so let's just hop into it.
Let's do our best. Yes.
Looks like the beasts aren't here yet. If they get past this barricade, they'll infiltrate the village. Ugh, so we're the last line of defense. You gotta hold off the beasts and make sure they don't get past us. Oh, what's that? How clever. It appears to be a lure to distract the beasts. If the beasts are drawn to that lure, it'd be easier for us to dispatch them. So we should protect the lures too. That's right. In the end, we don't want the beasts to penetrate the barricade. If we can defend the lures, the battle will go much smoother. Man, my stomach's doing cartwheels. Could you give us some words of encouragement or something at all? Sure.
We'll defend this place with our lives.
For House Roswell.
Yeah, this is our turn.
The raid screen. Fight off the invading beast. The 1 points to the barricade. This is the last line of defense. Battle is lost if this thing loses all its HP. The lure will distract beasts, meaning beasts will actually attack lures to try to get the meat, meaning you can hit them easier. The battle gauge displays which side is winning. It's kind of a way to gauge on who is taking the upper hand, the beast or us. Dogi's squad gauge shows the battle status of Dogi's squad. It's kind of the same thing, it's got the same idea as the battle gauge, just for Dogi's side. And we'll earn score based on our performance. Now the battle gauge displays which side has the advantage in battle, as I just said. The greater your advantage, the faster your HP and SP will regenerate. This is important during longer battles. So basically, if you're winning, you get higher restoration rates, and if you're losing, you get low. The gauge fluctuates based on the situation of the raid, and the enemy's power, and the number of castaways and their approval. Remember when I said that approval is important for doing castaways, so completing their quest? This is what I meant. This thing is so important that the game almost requires you to do some quests if you want to do well in these raids. But seeing as we're in the beginning, there's not too much we can do. And the objective is simple. We're gonna beat the shit out of these enemies to make sure they do not get to the barricade. If they get to the barricade, it's game over. Pay attention to your map, pay attention to where the enemy signs are. They'll be spawning in from a whole bunch of different areas. You gotta keep an eye out. Now this one isn't actually too bad, it's very easy, you know, we're gonna be fighting the same basic stuff we've been fighting before. But you know, the more raids we're gonna be doing, because a little bit of a spoiler, this is kind of a common thing in this game. The more you gotta pay attention. Enemies will start spawning from different areas all at once, so you gotta make sure you can dispatch who you can when you can. Switch to another party member if you think you'll get there faster, like Loxia and her ability. This is the kind of thing that you're gonna have to do. The raids are a lot of fun, but they can be really panic-inducing if you're not careful. As you can see, there's wave clear bonuses that we can reach. I sadly didn't make any of them, and we have a little bit of a leaderboard to see who's in the lead. It's kind of a nice little thing for Dogi Squad. It shows how much points they've been getting. I really like that Carlin was at the end of that. Nice little touch. What's the situation, Adol? We're good here. Seems that way. We managed to defend our side too. From what the captain and I could tell, more beasts are on their way. More? We had best prepare ourselves then. That's right. Oh, and one more thing. From now on, those of us who are able and willing to provide you with support. Support? Yeah, you guys are clearly outnumbered here, so I'll keep tabs on your situation and send people to support you. Oh, I see. Well, that'd be very helpful. Support skills. Castaways have useful support skills during raids. Each castaway has a support skill they can use to help Adol during a raid. Support skills are enhanced via approval and can be viewed on people's page of the journal. So, basically, every now and then during a raid battle, Some of the castaways will come in and just do something different. Dogi has like this thing where he'll hit every enemy on the field. I think Allison does like some kind of healing thing. It's all very good, and you can view it in the journal of people's things. We'll definitely take a look after this whole raid situation is done. Alright, to your stations, everyone. Don't get cocky now. Round 2 begins, and if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is every time you do this, it does start off with the enemy side winning in their favor, but you know, nothing to worry about there. Zahad is really, honestly, very good for these kind of situations. He can take out huge areas of enemies, and even though he's not strong against most of the enemies we'll be fighting here, because a lot of them are weak to slash and things of that like, he's still pretty good to have. As you can see, oh yeah, Dogi's a good boy when he wants to be. He just hits everything on the field. Feels kind of nice. We got these moles coming in. They'll just pop up randomly. You know, like I said, always pay attention to the map. Make sure you're looking where enemies could be spawning from. Luckily, this place isn't too huge, so the amount of which you'll actually have to be looking at is not that much. There we go. That was wave 2. And we actually did quite a bit, so that's nice. We did take a little bit of damage though, which kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? Oh my god, somehow Sir Carlin moved all the way to 3rd place. What the hell? My man picked up the slack. Allison, pick up the slack. You can't do worse than Carlin. Come on. Alright, we're in the last stretch of the woods. I'm gonna switch to Laxi again, because I want to be able to move quickly and get rid of these things. I meant to do a dive. Yeah, I meant to do that. That's fine. Let's use an extra skill. I kind of want the bonus points. It's always nice to have, despite the fact that it's probably pointless. The game tells me to do it. I'm going to do it. What can I say? And, wow, there's nothing else for me to fight, huh? Come on. Oh, that's why it took too long to die. I see. Let's hit this wolf with needle break. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. There we go. Oh yeah, I should mention, that's another thing that Dogi's skill actually does. It actually breaks all enemies, which is pretty incredible for what it is. And yeah, this is pretty much raids. There's nothing too spectacular happening now. This is the first one we'll be doing. But god, the more this game goes, the harder this stuff is going to get. So be sure to look forward to that. Oh, I thought he would hit me again. That's why I... Oh, nice. I hit it in the air. Poggers. Give me a time this right. Oh, he didn't even hit me. What the fuck? You know what's the HUD? Oh, well, I was going to have you finish it, but I guess not. Whoops. But yeah, that's a raid. You basically... Oh, good. Allison did beat him. Good job. That's what you do during raids. You just defend this 1 point over here. Let me tell you. This isn't the first... Well, it's the first time you're going to see it, but it certainly isn't the last. Oh, boy. We'll talk about it in a little bit. So there's a lot of bonuses that you could do. You know, there's, like, party HP, there's clear times, kill rates, a whole bunch of bonuses you can earn, and we can get different ranks. I think S is the highest one, which we might get here. Yeah. And depending on how you do, if I'm not mistaken, you actually get a certain amount of things that you can win. And we got a little thing for finishing the game, finishing the raid for the first time. So we got a few cool items, which is always nice. Which I think is also affected by rank, but I'm not 100% certain on that. So don't quote me on that. Your reward is based on your score for the raid. There are first-time bonuses for each new ranked reach. There you go. Scores are based on clear time, defeated enemies, fortification conditions, etc. Enemies may retreat after some time passes. Be careful, as this can affect your score when calculating the enemies you've defeated. So yeah, enemies can actually run away. We don't want that. But yeah, I think we did it pretty okay. Ugh, that kind of constant fighting gets pretty tiring after a while. Well, at least the beast finally hightailed it out of here. Yeah, we need... bleh, 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 bleh. Yes, we don't need to worry about them anymore. My legs are still shaking. Ideally, we'd be able to defend this village ourselves and ensure everyone's safety. It is regrettable that you had to come to our aid instead. I'm terribly sorry for that. We had to work together to fight them off. That's just the way it is. Even so, Captain Barbaros. There's a good chance that we'll get hit by another beast raid in the future. We'll need to fortify our defenses so we can fend them off better next time. And to do that, we need more people in the village to help us. That's why we need to hurry and rescue the other castaways, Mr. Kristen. You returned in the nick of time to help us, Adol. In the event that we are raided again, I'll make sure that Peril relays a message to you. I would appreciate it if you come to our aid if and when that time comes. Of course. Good, but finding the other castaways and completing the map is just as important. Make sure you properly assess the situation before deciding on a course of action. Now then, shall we resume our search for the other castaways? Indeed we shall. So raids are going to be a thing that we're coming across throughout the entire game. For the most part, raids are optional. When the raid icon appears, hit the castaway village to join the fight. When the raid icon is red, it means the raid is basically almost over. When the raid is active, a certain like crossing swords mark will appear at Adobe's location, and you can actually retry raids that you've already done just to get a little bit of practice in. It's kind of neat, but there's no real need to retry raids. Again, it's a little weird that you can, but it's fine. So I actually want to show Barbaros the map, because we've actually did a little bit.
This is great.
Let's see what he gives us.
Please take this.
Oh, we got another heal potion, which means we got another bottle, which is always good. Bottles are very, very fun to have. Cool, so now we actually have 3 heal potions, which is good. Which means if we come to talk to this guy, we can actually make another thing if we have an empty bottle. Which is always good. I believe I mentioned it, but empty bottles are basically created by drinking a hell potion and such, and things like that. You are here. Hello. This is Shoebill. He is a bird. A very pretty bird, might I add. A fine Shoebill stork stares intently at you. It must have arrived at Castaway Village somewhat recently. It's probably going to stay put. It seems to like this place. Squawk. Maybe it's hungry. Try feeding it some fish. Let's try giving him the saline trout. Shoebill swallowed the fish in one gulp. Squawk. It seems happy, but it may have not been enough. Perhaps she wants a different fish. What about the Robushu? Well, we'll try giving her everything we got. And after a while, she'll be satisfied and she'll get a shield earring as a gift. So this is Shoebill. Shoebill basically just kind of shows up and decides to stay. I've heard a few words who suddenly showed up in the village one day, rarely moves, and seems to enjoy eating fish. Shoebill does count as a villager, and you can raise her approval, and she does help you during raids. And if you're wondering, well, what else does fishing do aside being things for you to make for food and stuff, we just gotta keep feeding Shoebill. It's actually one of the few things that I kind of forgot to 100% the first time I played this game. I just kind of forgot Shoebill was there, and for the longest time, I kind of forgot you just have to go up and talk to her. I went a long time the first time I played through this game without even knowing the bird was up there. But yeah, that was kind of a fun thing to do, and we did get something for it. We got the shield earring. which is very good. It raises your defense by 15, which is a lot, so Sahad, take it. Well, with everything done and no new quests available, I think it's time we finally continue our journey. Man, we're going to have to do a little bit of backtracking, but that's okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the entire reason I wanted to not go have last episode's episode runtime be any longer. Because if we included the raid, it would have been a long time. But we can actually continue now. And basically where the raid starts is pretty much near the end, or close to the end of this area. So I figured, kill two birds with one stone. Let's continue this area, but also do the raid. And honestly, raids are really, really fun. I highly recommend you do them the minute they become available, because you can get some pretty good stuff out of it. And even if it's just like materials and things like that, it's always nice to do. And honestly, I would feel so bad if I would just leave them to do their own thing. I like the villagers of Castaway Village. Well, most of them. Not fucking Carlin, but, you know, nobody likes that guy. And I would always feel bad just leaving a raid up to them. Like, every time it pops up on my screen, if you didn't see it, the icon appears at the top right to tell you that there is a raid available. I just immediately had to go to Castaway Village because I needed to help out my friends. I don't know, that's the way I kind of view the game. Like, this game is all really about surviving with one another. If we don't all work together to get out, God knows what can happen. And I think this game really shines that aspect at most when the village is in danger. Because that's our home for the time being, right? That's the place we need to protect. That's the place we're going to be living and sleeping and, you know, taking care of each other in. Yo, let's go, Sahad. We're getting these hits in. Let's go. Let's go. Sahad can be pretty good when he wants to be, but like I said, he is rather slow. He is rather bulky and may not always be the best, but dang, it feels good to play as him sometimes. I just realized we missed a chest over here, and I don't know how the hell I missed this one. Considering it's right by a tree where it could have our raisins, which we just got, apparently. I'm still mad that I'm getting these during the LP, but when I would play these games solo, I wouldn't even get any. Whatever. Even the last time I tried recording this LP, I couldn't get any. It took me like a while to get some. Like, this is ridiculous. Watch me get one now. Oh my god. This is unbelievable. This really is unbelievable. It's kind of unreal. So what I did there is I kind of set up the whole tornado hold ability here behind me, because some enemies, like I said, can just ambush you. So I feel like if I always set it up like in front of me and then dive in, the enemies that would appear behind me would get stuck on it. And I kind of like that ability for that reason. Like it's literally covering your ass. And I think it's really cool to use it that way. All right, so we're back at Rainbow Falls. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we're back here, and we can apparently make the freaking rainbow move, which is pretty cool. There's not too much to explore here, but there is some stuff that we can come down here for. This is basically, well, we can't do anything now because the game actually stops us, but we will be somewhat visiting the downward stream of this in just a little bit. There's some chests I think that we'll be able to get there, and there is some exploring to be done, but this is one of those places where it's like if you fall, you just kind of feel bad for it because you gotta climb all the way back up. Speaking of, oh, actually, I want to hold Laxia for this because this is kind of funny. Start climbing our way over here.
Gentlemen would take the lead.
Hey, Adol. Laxia seems annoyed. Wonder what's eating at her.
Mind your business.
So if I'm not mistaken, that is actually different if you let Laxia go first. I think the original dialogue is something else. But yeah, if you actually let Laxia take the lead there, she'll be like, well, I shouldn't be the one doing this first. It should be one of them, but whatever. And Sahad kind of notices it, and she just brushes him off. It's small things like that that make me really enjoy this game, right? Because, I mean, you know, chances are you're probably playing as Adol at this point to take care of some of the enemies that we'll be fighting. So maybe you won't be playing as Laxia, but if you do, you get that snippet of, like, a little bit of sassiness that Laxia has, and I love it. I love that they put this much extra into something that realistically didn't really need it. Oh, we got an omelet recipe. Cool, we can learn how to make eggs. We can learn how to cook a mushroom omelet, actually. Got some materials over here, which is iron ore, which is always a good thing to have. And really, all we're doing is we're just progressing. We're just making our way through. I'm gonna go climb the vines. I want to be safe. If we step on these branches, I believe they break and we'll fall. And I don't really want to do that right now because there's something I want to hit before we explore a little bit more. Because we will explore a little bit more, but I want to come over here for a quick second so we can get something. Go. Let's get some XP because we actually need some. Okay, I was trying to hit Sahad, but sure, take the glory, take the glory. It's fine, it's fine. I'm not mad. Let's be in Sahad. Let's break him out. Let's do a little bit of running around, do some exploring, because it's always fun to explore. Okay. Oh, that's right. This actually is a little bit of a shortcut. If we come over here and knock down this tree, look at where we are. We're in the second area we ever visited. That's right. We can make our way back here now if you ever start at the beginning for whatever reason. Oh, I need to do something just really quickly. Unprofessional. I completely forgot to do anything. This is really unprofessional, but I needed to do what I needed to do. I needed to send something real quick. My bad. Let's continue on our journey. Alright, so I believe we're going to be fighting mainly the spider stuff here. What the hell are these things called? The Targaryens, that's right. Yeah, so let's just proceed. And the reason I wanted to do all this first before exploring a little bit is if you saw up here, we have a save crystal. Wahoo. I want to hit this. I guess it's not really called it's just called a crystal. I always call it a save crystal because, like, in E7, I would always save at them because that's when you heal and it's like a pretty good point to like pay attention to. Can you cut the grass? No, you can. Okay. Well, we touched it, so now we can warp back to it at any point that we need to, and I want to do a little bit more exploring a little bit because there are things down here that I didn't actually get that I'd like to go get now because why not? Let's jump down. And let's fight because oh, and pick up a strength elixir apparently. I knew there was a chance there. I didn't think I'd open it. Whoops. So yeah, we got a strength elixir, which is pretty cool. Base 3 strength. Let's give it to Adol. I want him to be a little bit stronger. And yeah, we can explore a little bit down here. Like I said, there are some chests that we can pick up. There's a big old enemy crab over here that really don't want to fight, but you know, what can you do? Apologies for the silence. I'm just trying to be really concentrated so I don't fucking die. Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever really mentioned it, but your skills actually can level up the more you use them, so if you ever see me spamming skills and stuff like that, it's because I want these things to level up as fast as possible so we have the maximum amount of output of damage that we could. Also, apologies, apparently my neighbors decided to start hammering at like 5 p.m. Cool. I love having that. Got a red cape, which is a pretty decent item from what I remember. Oh yes, that's it. The damage increases to the wearer. Basically, the more damage you take, you deal more damage the lower your HP is. There we go. You guys done down there? Okay. They don't ever normally. They usually wait till like nighttime to do this kind of stuff. And while it pisses me off more there, at least I could time it right. But I guess today they decided no. It's like they knew I was going to record. Oh well. No big deal. You know, before we actually continue, I do want to apologize for the way I've been uploading. I have been so busy with work and stuff that like I constantly forget to make backup episodes, and I have been just really bad with that. Today I'm hoping to record at least a week's worth of content. So I do apologize for the weird way I've been doing it, but you know, at least I'm getting episodes out there. Also, I'm dumb. I can just do this. I was gonna run all the way back. No, screw that. We can just warp here. Well. What the heck? I didn't make a long episode this last time. Let's make a long episode this time. Let's head into this next area. A healing crystal? No music? Giant area? I think I know what's about to happen here.
Mr. Kristen, there's something in front of us.
Ugh, how'd it do that?
It seems capable of changing its skin coloration to blend in with its surroundings. I knew I sensed something peculiar.
Here it comes!
And here we have the recluse of the core area. We have Clarion. This is a boss, I'll say the least. Oh my god. This boss is a little bit interesting. He'll kind of stay on this log and just try to bat at you from far away, and his hitboxes are really weird, to say the least, in my opinion. He's got this weird wind ability for some reason. I don't know, we can go fight him on the log, but he'll charge, so I don't typically do that. There is another thing to this fight that I would like to show. But since we just got those guards, I kind of want to not do that. I want to take this fight as slow as... Well, not slow, but... Oh my god, he's really not going to come forward, huh? Alright. If you don't want to go forward, dude, I'll come fight you. I don't care. Oh. Ah! Okay, you didn't knock me off. Good. Let's activate our special skill. Let's jump in the air. Or not, because I'm stuck under him. And, let's do something, I guess. I don't know what's going on here. It's okay. Sure. And there you go. He has an ability that can knock us down to the ground, and this is actually where he becomes the most pissed off. Too bad I already took down at least, like, 75% of his health. But, you know, this is actually where the fight actually starts to become a little bit of a pain in the ass. Clarion will come to the ground. His abilities will somewhat change. He still kind of keeps the same thing. Let's put the guys on defenses so I can show off his new moves. He has his acid spitting ability, and he'll actually summon other beings to go and help fight with him. And as you can see, he can also poison you. He can actually poison you really, really well, so I highly recommend you keep an eye on that. Keep your HP high, because this dude can hit well. He can camouflage and teleport. This fight's kind of everywhere. And I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie. This is actually one of the first bosses in the game that's, like, really kind of challenging your perspective on how you handled these last bosses. Because a lot of these fights have just been big monster in your way, you smack it. But this one is using its abilities to the best way it can, honestly. It's teleporting, it's moving around, you know, it's making sure it's not always in the same area. It could be really hard to get close to him and the way he moves and uses his abilities and stuff like that. But luckily, if you're paying attention and you just know when to move, you know when to block, the fight will be over before you know it. With that, Clarion has been defeated and we've leveled up. And this time I used Laxia during a boss fight. Things are looking good in the world. Well, we could continue, but we got a few cutscenes ahead, and I feel like it would make the episode just that little bit longer. But we end with a boss fight. I mean, come on. Is there really another way to end a video? I don't think so. With that, we've explored basically the entirety of Coral Forest. Made some pretty good progression, We did a raid. And the next episode, we'll hopefully find a new castaway to join our village, increase our ranks, and hopefully we'll find some more. Until then, I hope you guys have been liking the LP so far. It's been a lot of fun to do, and I will see you all in the next episode. Until then, take care.